Hello YouTube, it's RJ the West here, and my friend Last Time VOC. Check to see if I'm live. I am live, excellent. Welcome back to another video of GTA Online Livestream, episode 73. We are just getting ready to do my friend's Acid Truck Cell mission. Oh, you know, I'm so sick of seeing rain already. And Michigan is just flooded right now. Okay, what do we got? I can't see because I haven't one watching. Awesome.
I'm gonna make my way to D, A, and B.
Also, I just realized you can't see my new candlestick even if you wanted to. It's barely visible because I have a camera to show. You said E and D?
I
could do, well, I could do B and C. Unless you want to do B and C, I could pick you up from there or whatever.
I was gonna make my way. I was gonna just make my way towards the beach area.
All right, then I'll do B and C then. I just realized wearing these glasses right now is actually recreating the Halloween weather. And that's kind of funny. Well, not truly recreating the Halloween weather.
I don't know what happened to it. This thing just completely just disappeared.
When I was reading it out through Google AI, it says that it has to like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that. Or maybe it's a nighttime thing. But hey, it's different. You know what? That's gonna be like my thing for this year. It's different. Dogs. Weird question. Later in the afternoon, or until it gets around like after we do certain. Do you want to find those peyote plants tonight, or do you want to wait until tomorrow?
We can do them tomorrow.
I was thinking so too, because today is supposed to be Soul Day, so like that's when we do our missions and jobs and stuff. Oh my god, I forgot to get the sparrow. You know what? It doesn't matter because you have your oppressor.
Skibidi toilet.
Ouch.
Imagine having a mod in this game where it turns the oppressor into a skibidi toilet.
That'd be funny. Be annoying though, but it'd be funny. Do you remember which one of these? Because I think it's.
Go to that one.
This one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is this one.
Ah.
You get wanted?
No, someone put a fence in my way. Yeah, that one does give you a chance to get wanted, but sometimes it don't either. It's not. It kind of changes. For that one.
Yep.
It's not a guarantee you'll get wanted or not.
Oh my god. Go fuck yourself, cops. I ain't turning anything off. The cops in this game are just so inhuman. And like, who do you think actually does the speeches for their megaphones dialogue?
They probably would. I'm assuming that they would probably use police scanner type stuff for the game. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Mm.
Or they record someone's voice and edit it to sound like a megaphone.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I might press her ahead of time. Or drop this off. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Holy shit! The back of my knee has been shot. In real life, that would probably I would probably die because the femoral artery is there. Sweet, sweet heels. Go away, Mark. I'll call you back.
Hello? Oh, well, if that's everything, see ya!
Interesting. As soon as we switched CEOs, my healing stopped.
Hmm. What's up with
There.
that?
Oh.
Come on, Paperboy. Nope, staying off person.
It's that
It's,
weird place again.
yeah.
Either Rockstar added new locations for this particular mission, or they have just been very deep in the RNG for so long that they're just now coming to surface.
Hmm. Locking onto him through the building. Yeah, this spot is pretty easy to find. Do we want to know what makes it easy to find?
Mm.
Because it's right next to the building that we do the 5-star challenge for. That's what makes it extremely easy to find for that
Hmm.
location. Isn't this like the third time that you've gotten this one?
I think so. I mean, if it's by the strip club, then yeah. Oh, you know what would be game breaking? I was just thinking about this just now.
Hmm.
A permanent wanted level that you can never get rid of. Even if you die, you never get rid of it. And even if you're in an interior, the cops just surround the building.
I probably won't even play the game until they fix it.
I have my ways. I'll just go straight to the creator. I'm more persistent. But it'd be unlikely, though, because Rockstar would fix it real fast, especially in public sessions. If there was a permanent wanted level glitch where no one could get rid of, whereas if you get wanted, you're permanently wanted until you leave the game, that would be kind of funny. Because in my mind, it's like I'm just picturing public sessions and pure chaos where there's just cops literally everywhere.
Well, it's already like that when people are killing each other.
Yeah, smaller scale though. I'm talking about large scale, like where, like imagine if all 30 people in a session, max a filled section with 30 people, all wanted with 5-star. How
Hmm.
chaotic do you think that would be?
It wouldn't be chaotic because y'all should. It, the cops wouldn't matter because they'd all be the same amount.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of cops though in the game. If you take all 30 players and move them in the same area, like the same city block or whatever, it'd be an all-out war zone.
I think the cops would probably have be the same amount between everyone.
I just thought of something. Did I put the thruster away?
Probably not.
I did. All right.
What about the sparrow?
Sparrow's already put away. I'm getting a habit of trying this. Just leave my oppressor here in this first drainage or grate or whatever you call it.
And it's a drain thingy. It goes this subway.
Mm-hmm.
Or drain dock, or however you want to call it. It's for overflow. You know, for flooding
Mm-hmm.
from rain and stuff like that. Of course, being California,
Stoner is
it,
available. Take a trip and survive the hallucinations.
being California, rain should be very rare in California. You know, because it's a very dry climate.
It's subtropical. It still rains in California.
Yeah, not as much as us
Stop
though.
calling me mutt. You're stopping me from sprinting.
Not as much as us though, probably.
No, we live in the Northeast. There's a lot more rain here. Spillway. Dad calls it a spillway.
Mm.
Yeah. We're being watched. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put the acid truck away and we get to work. And the terabyte.
Which one are you doing first?
We'll probably do our normal rotation. I think it's diamond chopping is first.
Because I thought you were gonna be doing fortified. Because I thought you're
I'm
putting
just putting
your
that in there in advance, so when we
presser
do,
in there.
when we actually do fortified, woo. Imagine what it would be like to live in California, though.
It would be horrible.
I don't know. I'm actually like changing my opinion slowly. I mean, it wouldn't. Have, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, with our state now, probably not. But if we had the money and the resources and a good spot to live,
You would never be able to afford to live in California.
I'm sure we would. Well, yeah.
They
Right.
they gouge people, dude,
Mm.
and living and jobs. Speaking of jobs, there was a guy in California that what exploded.
My jetpack.
Uh, there was a guy in California. His boss was asking him to work overtime, and he completely refused and told his boss no, and then they fired him. And so what he did is he grabbed a forklift and rampaged everything through the warehouse or factory, whatever you want to call it, destroying all the product and then lighting stuff and then lighting the forklift on fire.
I don't think it's legal to fire someone just because they refuse to do overtime. I mean, if you're
No,
that understaffed, just do it yourself.
apparently
You
they did.
shouldn't.
Right after, like I said,
You
right
piss
when
off
they
the wrong
fired,
people, shit's gonna happen.
right as soon as they fired him, he just went on a complete rampage of destroying everything at the forklift, and
Mm-hmm.
he ended up catching something on fire.
Huh. Alright, what are you doing? Oh, I missed. Grace. Gracie's rubbing her head on my feet.
Of course, he's not. You can go ahead and get that unwanted
Let me just
since
get
you're
unwanted.
since you're not wanted.
Uh,
Well, you have an easier access to get unwanted quicker than I do.
oh, you can't just go in my terabyte?
I'm on my oppressor.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I put my oppressor in the tunnel, remember?
Who says you have to use your oppressor though?
I just moved my other thing. Oh, it's that Halloween weather again. Besides, you can lose a water level. Ah, nice.
You have a diamond on the front of your truck.
It's from Benefactor.
Which gun do I want to use? I'll use this one.
Come on, I want to get high.
What?
The NPC that was in the car right in front of me said, "Come on, I want to get high." Oh, this weather. You know what? I think Limbo is here because only he would make this place look like sepia. Boop, 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 boop. I'm curious though. How I'm gonna do a thought like
Oh, it's starting to
in
rain.
the game GTA Online. What if Limbo from Warframe were a playable character. If Limbo from
Holy crap,
Warframe
it got
were a
dark.
playable character in GTA Online, he would fundamentally break the game's combat mechanics by introducing dimension shifting, time freezing, and near invulnerability to Los Santos. Based on his abilities in Warframe, Limbo would likely operate as the ultimate defensive support character, far surpassing the utility of... What does it say? Far surpassing the utility of existing characters or vehicles. Here is how Limbo's abilities would translate to GTA Online's gameplay. The Rift Plane, passive dodge. Mechanic, by dodging or rolling, Limbo enters into an alternate dimension. GTA transition. Limbo becomes intangible and invulnerable to NPC gunshots in this sort of the
I gotta
passive
go
mode.
close my window.
Copy. But will still be but while still being able to attack enemies who are also in the rift. The portal. Rolling leaves a small portal that allies can walk through to join them in the rift. Banish, ability 1. The mechanic. Limbo banishes enemies or allies into the rift plane. GTA translation. Limbo can send a group of NPCs like police or enemies in a heist into the rift, forcing them to stop shooting at players in the normal world. Utility, he could banish a teammate holding a heist object to keep them safe, or banish a VIP to protect them. Stasis, ability 2. Mechanic, freezes rift-bound enemies and their projectiles. GTA translation. This would stop all bullets, missiles from oppressors, and explosions in midair while in a certain area, similar to a bullet time freeze effect. Police vehicles would freeze in place, making it the ultimate crowd control ability. Cataclysm, ability 4. Mechanic, creates a large sphere that brings everything into it in the rift plane, and which shrinks over time. GTA translation, Limbo drops a rift bubble, everything inside the rift is safe from outside damage. Ideal for holding the ground during defense missions, Cayo Perico, heist, final compound, or protecting the MOC. Potential impact on GTA Online, broken heists. Limbo would make many heist setups trivial, as he could freeze security cameras, guards, and explosions. Annihilation of police. His ability to freeze all projectiles means 5-star wanted levels would be completely useless. Annoyance factor. Similar to his role in Warframe, a pub Limbo would ruin gunfights for teammates by making enemies immune to weapons. Limbo would also bring a cheese mode gameplay for a new level in GTA Online, trading raw damage for... Oh yeah, I probably should get a mission going. You know, I should have stopped blocking. Where's my thruster? And get the next mission going. Damn it, I forget that this is treated as a helicopter, so you can't be an interaction menu. We'll do Plowed. I haven't done Plowed in a few days. What feels like a few days. That was basically the rest of that.
I'm gonna go upstairs and close my window.
How long have you had it open today?
I went right when I turned my light off, and that's when I opened it. So around 7.
Okay, before I do anything, I gotta do something real quick. This looks cool. I'm not worried about the text. I can take care of that later. I just have to do that. That looks cool.
I'm gonna save my missiles for the repressor, so you're on your own.
It's not like I need help in that mission. Maybe a pickup,
Sure you
but
do.
that's literally about it. I'm gonna go ahead. Speaking of, I'm gonna put my Avenger away. I most likely would use the Sparrow though. Okay, I did put that away. Man, my mind. I'm surprised you never bought the Avenger Thruster yet. It's not that expensive. I don't think it is. In fact, when you get around to it, can you see how expensive it is? I mean, I probably could. I could just Google it, but I don't want to. My sunglasses are actually not making this worse. It's reducing that bloom.
Hmm.
Yeah. Go to the Frigid Factory. Oh. Go to Lycian Island. Whoa. Oh.
This environment, this looks like something that you think zombies be coming out.
Yep. I'm being shot at. And it does tend to happen when you're in the hood area. You know what's funny? Over the years, I know in Capture and Mission Creator, you have the option to have gangs as active in ambient areas, but I never really get to see them. And we've had missions literally in a lot of areas in this game over the past 6 years. You'd think that we would know where there's like a gang area or something. Oh my god. However, there's just like like maybe if I Google it, maybe it could tell me exactly where there would be an active gang, so I could have like a crossfire of like groups of enemies or whatever.
Hmm.
What do you think of the idea of a three-way battle too? Do you think I can even make it? Like if I do make a three-way battle to actually work, you would have to get rid of a lot of model memory. I mean, you would have to cut a lot of corners to make it work because that means like almost little to no use of crops. Your pickups are gonna have to be limited. Oh my god. And most likely you would probably be using 3 actor models. Like for example, and I have used multiple models before, up to 4 separate models at a time. So I can make it work. Ow. Wow, I can just go to the city. This is a city one. I don't have to go all the way out to the trailer. I don't have to go all the way out to Stab City. I sure as hell don't have to go all the way out to... What the hell is that place called again? With that garage area you can go to. It's also a gang area.
The Galilee has a gang
The
area
Galilee,
too.
that's where it is. That's what I was talking about.
And the beach house has one too.
The hookies?
No, the one that where you basically have to kill the target from targeted data.
Mmm.
Or whatever it's called, where you have to use the drone to find where the target's at. I think that's targeted data. And there's also one in the construction area.
Yes. Yep.
There's also one at the soccer field next to the casino. And other places as well.
Ah. By the way, tomorrow I'll be making a new mission from scratch. I thought I could repurpose the mission too. Remember the Epsilon program guys? I could repurpose them, but now that I think about it, I think I might just make a brand new mission. Where would I put its icon at? Probably behind the office. I wonder. No, I wouldn't. That was too far away. This is a weird spot to call for my thruster, but let's hope it doesn't call. Um, for a split second, my brain literally registered this as my thruster. But for like a split second. That's funny.
It is the thruster.
I like this orange hue. Alright, I'm making my way to the Terror Bite. What if I made a mission in the future where I'm forcing us to use jetpacks? Missiles, of course. You would not make it in machine. Well, that's not true. If I were to twist things up a bit, where I have us joining the Future Shock Girls Party, so they're an extremely matriarchal group, but they would. I had this one idea in my head a while ago.
You kind of be breaking your lore for them. We do
Exactly.
that.
So I had this idea for. Bear with me on this. How are you like role playing?
What are you talking about?
You be a prisoner. I can build like a cell, and I can put you in a zone where you're unarmed, because there's zones I can make zones in the mission where it forces you to put away your weapons, or it forces you. It literally would force you to do certain things. And what I'm thinking is I could make it to where I have to manually rescue you. And but I don't know how that would even work. I really wish Paige wouldn't talk about doing that, but it's part of the mission. Narrate, Gracie.
A signal boost to launch multiple drones from the terabyte. Every member of your crew can fly one.
The idea of a rescue mission. It would have to be like a short one. Or I feel like how I could do it is a destructible wall. Like I could surround you in a destructible wall. And what I have to do is I have to like ram a vehicle through the wall, like basically breaking that.
And how are you going to do that when it's built solid?
It's destructible. But you would not be able to destroy it, but I will. Part of role-playing, I'll rescue you from the FGP, and if you die, mission is a failure.
Do you have destructible props that you can use?
Yes, there are destructible. I wouldn't be mentioning it if I didn't know of their existence.
I wouldn't know, because I don't use...
That is understandable.
I've got full access to their servers now, and I sent the
Alright, let's see what we want to do. I had this idea of using Wisp, or, yeah, let's use Wispy.
Which version?
Wisp, actual Wisp.
Because you got
I'm not talking Wisp.
Nun version.
I'm not talking about Mary. I'm talking about the actual Wisp. Wisp. Leading. Ah, damn it. An army of. You pick.
The Murmur.
Nice. Alright, give me a sec. I should call for my Sparrow. Because my Avenger Thruster, I'll put that away. Go for my Sparrow. The Murmur, huh? Alright, when I actually start doing all this, I'll get it ready. Oh. Alright. Yeah, this is actually helping reducing that bloom. I can even see shit down there. You know what the fortified icon, you know what the Boxville icon reminds me of? Vubin
What?
from Warframe.
Why is
When you,
that?
it's the shape. Original Vubin from Warframe has that weird knight, like Sentinel Knight style helmet, and the armored Boxville kind of shows a very similar pattern. So it's actually kind of funny when you think about it. Funny, I only saw one.
I see two.
What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. There ain't no threat to you.
They're no threat to you either. By the way, what do you want them to fight?
How about Avatar? I'm talking about
They're
the
gonna
Navi,
wipe
bro.
out. The what?
The Navi.
Oh, yeah, no, they would get wiped. Murmur
Well,
would destroy them. Obviously.
the reason why I say that is because she will kind of fit better in that kind of world.
Wisp leading an
Yeah,
army of the
Wisp.
Murmur fighting the Navi from James Cameron's Avatar is a one-sided fight. It wouldn't even be a fight, it'd just be a merciless slaughter. Even the planet of Pandora would stand no chance. It would infect the planet. And the Wisp, well, Wisp has the power of the freaking stars. In fact,
Unless you got something better.
well, not at the moment. Oh wow, it just got clean under the tunnel, and then all of a sudden that. Alright, well, we could try the Avatar one. Let me just put my sparrow away and meet up with you. Your favorite place, your happy place. Aww. And look at that, stock lights, less harsh on the eyes. Okay. Damn it. Lore accurate Wisp leading an army of the Murmur from Warframe were to invade and conquer the I'm assuming it's V from the Avatar universe.
I'm gonna look the other way because that light's creating a lot of bloom from that effect.
Sorry, hold on. Let me turn it off. Why didn't you say anything earlier? I'm gonna turn it off.
Because I just now looked at it.
Oh, you know what? My music's not even playing, so you can't hear anything. Okay, in this fictional scenario, what if lore accurate Wisp leading an army of the Murmur from Warframe were to invade and conquer the Navi from the Avatar universe? In a lore-accurate scenario, a Wisp-led Murmur army would conquer the Na'vi and control Pandora rapidly, likely within weeks, owing to their eldritch void-based nature and superior technology. The Na'vi, who rely on bows and aerial creatures, have no means to counter a non-biological army that can teleport, manipulate gravity, and damage enemies via spectral damage. Why Wisp and the Murmur win? Dimensional superiority. Wisp is an ethereal enchantress who can travel between dimensions and teleport at will, making her impossible to target with Na'vi arrows. The Murmur army. The Murmur are stone-like geometric structures created from void energy by the Man of the Wall. They do not need to breathe, they have no blood, and are resistant to slashing damage, meaning Na'vi archery is literally useless. Soul Gate capability. Wisp can tear a portal to the sun, unleashing a focused 40-meter beam of pure solar plasma that can incinerate forests and Na'vi villages instantly. Corruption of Pandora. The Murmur are not native to Pandora. Their presence acts as a corrupting influence similar to a cancer, likely overwhelming the organic neural network of Iwa with chaotic void energy, breaking the Na'vi's bond with their world. How the conflict unfolds. Initial resistance. Na'vi warriors, including Torok Makto, would attempt to defend Hometree. Their arrows and Banshee dive bombs would likely pass through or do no neglectable damage to the stone-based Murmur forces. Nocturnal vulnerability. Na'vi rely on night vision, but Wisp can turn invisible while in the air, allowing her to destroy Na'vi settlements at night without being seen. Collapse of Ewok connection. The Murmur, being eldritch abominations, do not have the neural cues that allow Na'vi to interact with Pandoran wildlife. If the Murmur corrupt the Tree of Souls, the Na'vi lose their spiritual support. The final occupation. Wisp, hovering and elusive, would dismantle Na'vi leadership with her army of rogue Culverins and Hollow Veins march through the jungle, turning it into a silent gray stone wasteland. The Na'vi's natural combat abilities like strength and agility cannot overcome an enemy that fights on a metaphysical level. In other words, Warframe wins hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprising.
But
it was it was interesting to see how it play out though. I'm picturing this in my head on how the lush forests of Pandora are slowly just turning into desolate wastelands of stone and geometric shapes. It would be utterly terrifying for the Na'vi. They would have no counter, and they would cry for their spirits, but their spirits don't work because they're being corrupted. Okay, let's see. Lower, accurate. Ash. Were to wait, Ash leading an army of specialized Grineer Manax. Alright, in this fictional scenario, what if a lore accurate Ash leading an army of specialized Grineer Manax were to invade the... What's the name of that universe where you have Might Guy? The guy with a weird haircut. And he has no, like... is that Naruto? Am I thinking of Naruto?
I don't know what you mean by Mike Guy.
Or is it All Might? All Might versus Might Guy. Might Guy from Naruto, I think. He's the one that kicks. Or not kicks, but... Alright.
I know who you're talking about, but his name's not Mike.
Alright. Guy?
Yeah, his name is Guy.
Plot armor and gag armor is disabled. We're going for the Naruto universe. Ash and an army of Grineer specialists. Let's go, guys. In this scenario, where Lore Ecker Ash, a Tenno Warframe, leads an army of specialized Grineer Manics into the Naruto universe with plot armor and gag armor disabled, the invasion would be a devastating, high-speed slaughter of mid-level shinobi, but ultimately will fail against top-tier powers. Without plot armor, Naruto characters die from standard deadly wounds rather than being spared by drama. Without gag armor, joke characters or nonsensical survivals do not happen. Here is a breakdown of the conflict. Ash and the Manic's advantages. Speed and stealth. Lorecker Ash is a master of stealth and lethal close quarters combat. He will remain unseen, teleport to enemies, and inflict massive damage. Manic invisibility and teleportation. Manics are fast, elusive melee universe that teleport and go invisible at close distances. Inescapable bleed damage. Manics and Ash via slash procs cause bleed damage that ignores traditional armor. In Naruto, this means high-level defense techniques like chakra cloaks may not stop the damage over time. Dispel abilities. Manics can dispel abilities like Iron Skin or similar barriers as part of their pounce attack. They could potentially disrupt chakra shields or basic ninjutsu barriers. Alright, I'll continue the rest of this one as soon as I get to the terabyte. Not gonna lie, dude, I'm already picturing Ash and an army of Manics just invading the Naruto universe. And I'm watching citizens literally getting sliced in half, and they're being dismembered in real time. And the Grineer Manics, they're laughing maniacally as they're slaughtering and disemboweling people. And you get those ninja characters like Naruto's group, they're getting themselves killed too. I don't know actually how powerful Grineer Manics are, but from the way it sounds, they're a fucking force. They're almost like a force of nature. That they could teleport and they could disable your abilities. I didn't think of this at first, but I remember a while back when you and I were doing a tower mission, I almost got downed by a Manic because it pounced me on my back and it was slashing at me, and I was like literally near dead. Of course.
They're kind of like those smokers from that game, zombie game.
Alright.
Left 4 Dead, whatever it's called.
Alright, so the dispel abilities, okay, we already heard that part. The conflict dynamics, the early phase, the invasion. A silent nocturnal attack by Ash and a legion of Manics could cripple Konoha and other villages quickly. Shunin and Jonin, who rely on sight and sound, would fall to undetectable invisible enemies. The mid-level shift. As soon as elite ninjas realize that bleeding to death is unavoidable, they would rely on genjutsu or large area of effect jutsu to find the invisible Manics, whose masks still shine lightly when cloaked. The elite counter. Top-tier ninjas Madara, Hashirama, Naruto, Sasuke, Obito have reactions far exceeding Manic speeds, faster than light, and MFLTL. Kumi Sharingan. Like Obito could simply phase through Manic attacks. Sharingan would track them instantly. Rinnegan, Nagato Pain could use Shinra. Tensei to blow away the entire army. Sage mode. Naruto could sense the Manics despite their invisibility. In conclusion, the outcome. Without plot armor to save the shinobi world, the initial invasion would be a catastrophe, killing thousands of lower-ranked ninja. However, once the top-tier shinobi entered the battle, the Grineer and Ash would be outclassed. The result is the Manic army would be annihilated to high-level elemental ninjutsu. Majestic Destroyer Flame and Ash would likely be sealed or crushed by high-level barrier ninjutsu or space-time techniques. In other words, it would be a catastrophe, but they would lose at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I still thought it was a worthy fight, though. I mean, Ash is a powerful Warframe, but he's actually pretty lower tier compared to most, or a few other Warframes. Okay, let's do a fire theme. What do you think?
I have a weird combo.
Go ahead.
We're doing Lisa, Wukong, and I know we've done this one, but we'll put them both in the world of The Monkey
Journey to the
King.
West.
Yeah, we'll put them both in there.
You want them as themselves or an army?
Just themselves.
Okay. In this fictional scenarios, what if a lore-accurate Niza and Wukong from Warframe were to invade the Journey to the West universe?
Okay, I've got a client who'll take this off our hands, as long as the cops are out of the picture. Lose them and drop it off.
In a
And
scenario
other
where
crews can see where you are. Be careful out there.
in a lore-accurate scenario, lore-accurate Niza and Wukong from Warframe, controlled by operator drifters, invade the Journey to the West universe. Without plot armor or gag armor, they would be exceptionally dangerous, high-tier threats, yet likely fall short of the supreme unscalable deities of the Journey to the West lore. Power comparison and scaling. Warframe capabilities. Lore-wise, Warframes are techno-organic monstrosities with extreme durability, infinite stamina, high speed, energy, and are capable of traversing elements, environments with lightning. Journey to the West context. Sun Wukong from Journey to the West is considered a boundless, unscalable character, often depicted as nearly unbeatable by anyone except the highest ranking Buddhas and tallest immortals. The conflict, without plot armor, Wukong and Niza would be fighting characters who can destroy mountains, raise seas, and possess dozens of layers of immortality. Invasion analysis, destructive potential, Niza's divine spears, AoE impalement, and blazing chakram combined with Wukong's celestial twin and defy would easily cut through lower level demons. However, like lesser spirits and standard heavenly soldiers.
Great job. Your payment should be in your account now.
Journey to the West. Let's see. Immortality versus Tenno powers. Warframe Wukong is nearly impossible to kill with 3-5 lives per mission. And he has also Defy. However, Journey to the West carried literal divine immortality up to multiple types. Tenno would likely need to rely on their void energy to bypass their traditional spiritual defenses. The fake Wukong effect. Oh, there it is. Oh wow, I got one like right here on me. The hell is the fake Wukong effect?
No idea. Well, he's not truly the. He's not true. He's not the real Vulcan, so that's probably what they mean by that. He's a imitator of the true version.
Warframe Wukong might be able to cause havoc by impersonating Journey to the West Sun Wukong using speed and cloning, but would likely be exposed quickly due to the lack of 72 transformations in the Golden Eyes, or whatever. The Golden Eyes, whatever that's actually supposed to mean. The Warframe Wukong might be able to cause havoc by impersonating journeyers to the West's Sun Wukong using speed and cloning, but would likely be exposed quickly due to the 72 transformations and fiery golden eyes. Battle with the Heavenly Court. If they reach the top tier, they would face characters like Erlin Shen or the original Sun Wukong. Lore accurate Wukong can throw a being across the universe. Warframe characters, while fast, massively hypersonic, would likely be outscaled in sheer lifting striking strength of the top tier gods. The Warframe duo would behave as a terrifying anomaly like a high-level infested plague or a foreign unnatural force. However, they would successfully invade and disrupt the Heavenly Court, but eventually be restrained by someone like the Buddha or a high-level deity using magical, non-physical restraints like the Padoga or a powerful mantra to stop them, as their power stems from technology, biomass, not true spiritual configuration. Alright, I'm gonna go after the last couple. You're already going after that one, so that's actually let's go after this one. Maybe when I make this mission, I'm gonna have it function similar to Fully Loaded, where I have us in vehicles like this, and we're up against some pretty tanky vehicles. I mean, I'm gonna make it to where the ramp buggies and stuff are gonna be pretty tanky. Like, imagine if I can make it to where they reduce damage against missiles, and you have to use bullets on them.
What about the plow?
Same. I want the plow to be a boss, dude. You're talking about the Phantom Wedge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's down here. I'm gonna make my way. You know what? I'll go after this one. Yeah, I could actually have us in a pair of runers. The reason why is because you probably would have more stability than you would with well, the Toreador and between the Toreador, the Deluxo. You don't like the Deluxo, obviously, so I mean, I probably could make it to where I'm in the Deluxo and you're in the Ruiner. Or actually, I should just have us both in Ruiner. It would make sense because we need to save on model memory. Or, yeah, I mean, it would make sense. I wonder, I'm not going to make it in time. Bitch. What? Heard explosions. Yep.
I'm gonna call my presser out, then I'm gonna make my way to the building, but I need to get somewhere where I can call it.
Copy. Not surprising that when you put anything against Journey to the West, they're most likely gonna lose.
Well, it's a powerful universe.
You wanted them to lose.
No,
But to be fair, it was interesting.
I wanted to put them in there because they're modeled after that specific universe.
Well, yeah. Alright, you're in your presser. Excellent.
In my stream.
You had anyone watching? I'm just curious.
A couple.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's nice. Oh, crap. Oh, okay, you know what? Second floor is okay. Alright. I'm gonna do...
You say, would we do a fire and ice theme?
I was actually gonna see how Ember... Warframe. Let's do a death match for the night. Phoenix? Is she a fire-based X-Men mutant?
No. The Human Torch is.
All right.
Whatever his name is.
Human Torch. All right. Let's see. The Human Torch. For the fight. I don't think the Human Torch is gonna live, dude. I don't think he's gonna stand a chance, but I'll check it out. Human Torch. In this fictional scenario, what if Laura Ember from Warframe were to fight the Human Torch? And is a fight to the death. In a fight to the death with plot and gag armor disabled, the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, has a significant advantage over Lord Ember from Warframe. While Ember is a master of fire, the Human Torch's potential for heat generation is astronomically higher, placing him a planet-level threat. While lore-accurate Warframes are typically army-level threats, that's not inherently true. Like, some are conceptual threats. Here's how the fight would likely unfold based on their lore and powers. The power gap, sun versus fireplace. The Human Torch at maximum capacity, Johnny can generate heat equating a supernova roughly 1 million degrees Fahrenheit at the core of a star, capable of incinerating cosmic threats. He is generally immune to heat and flames, including his own. Ember. Lore-accurate Ember creates and manipulates superheated plasma. She is exceptionally resistant to fire and can turn massive armies into ash. However, her heat is generally not portrayed as equivalent to a living sun or a star. Result: Ember's primary attacks would likely cause no damage to Johnny, as his body is composed of fire and he can absorb ambient heat. Ability reaction: armor strength versus heat absorption. Ember's Infernal or Fire Blast. These abilities excel at stripping armor and reducing enemy resistance. However, Johnny is not wearing armor, he is the fire. Human Torch's control. Johnny can absorb ambient heat, meaning Ember's attempts to blast him would likely feed him, replenishing his energy. The Killing Blow. Ember's weakness. While highly durable, Ember is not truly invincible. She relies on her immolation armor for her damage reduction. Human Torch's advantage. Johnny could simply go Nova, generating a nuclear-level explosion that exceeds the damage reduction thresholds for Warframe armor. Winner. Human Torch. Without plot armor making him act foolishly, Johnny's ability to control and absorb fire, combined with his Nova level output, allows him to outdamage and overwhelm Ember in a fight to the death. That's actually, that was pretty cool. I don't even know who the Human Torch is. Isn't he
He's
like
from
one
the
of the...
Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Technically, he's still a mutant.
True.
They're
Powerful
all,
one.
they're all technically mutants from the Fantastic Four because they get their abilities from radiation.
You pick.
Given their powers.
Let's do another duel, but you pick what Warframe. How about like Rhino versus Juggernaut? Like Lorak and Rhino versus Juggernaut or something.
How about Rhino versus the Rhino from Spider-Man?
Lorak, Rhino. The Warframe were to fight Rhino from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Alright, let's find out. In a fight to the death with all plot and gag armor disabled, Laura accurate Rhino from Warframe would definitely defeat Rhino from Spider-Man universe. While Marvel's Rhino is an incredibly durable brute, 617 version lifting 75 to 100 tons, he operates on a physical plane, whereas a lore accurate Warframe acts on a techno-organic utility utilizing space warping void powers. Here's how the fight would likely unfold based on lore and power specifications. Combatant analysis. Rhino the Warframe, a hulking infested beast in power armor, capable of producing iron skin, a layer of overguard that absorbs all damage. Lore-wise, his stomp can disrupt time, and he is strong enough to battle sentience, which can destroy civilizations. Rhino from Marvel, a mutated human in a bonded armor suit with super strength, endurance, and extreme durability. He is often defeated or being outsmarted or by overwhelming force. The fight. Deathmatch scenario. Opening move. The Marvel's Rhino would likely charge. Rhino Warframe would instantly activate Iron Skin. Marvel's Rhino charge, which would damage Spider-Man, would be absorbed entirely by the Iron Skin without a scratch on the Warframe itself. The counter. Rhino the Warframe uses Rhino Stomp. Lorak Rhino stomps hard enough to disrupt time, freezing or slowing Marvel's Rhino to a crawl. The execution. While Marvel's Rhino is stunned by time dilation, Warframe Rhino uses Roar to amplify his damage output before delivering a final blow with a high-tier weapon like the Skindu Prime, or simply tearing the armor apart using his superior strength. Without plot armor, or without Spider-Man's wits to guide him, or the gag aspect that makes him lose to weaker opponents, Marvel Rhino relies on only pure brute strength, which is inferior to a Warframe's ability to manipulate space and energy. Why the Warframe wins. Invulnerability versus durability. Marvel's Rhino is extremely durable, but Warframe Rhino is temporarily invulnerable. Speed and reaction. Warframe's Rhino is massively hypersonic or higher, capable of reacting at relativistic speeds. Marvel's Rhino is fast in a straight line, but has poor agility and slow reaction times. Time control. Time manipulation is a hard counter to a pure brute force character. The final verdict. Rhino from Warframe wins comfortably. Let's see. I'm gonna pick lore accurate. How about Gyre versus Static Shock?
You mean Gyre?
Yeah, Gyre.
You said Gyre.
Gyre from Warframe were to fight Static Shock. Alright, in this fictional scenario, what if Lorik and Geyer from Warframe were to fight Static Shock? Flat armor and gag armor is disabled and it is a fight to the death. Alright. In a fight to the death between a lore-accurate Geyer from Warframe and Static Shock from DC Comics, post-Crisis DC Comics AU. With no plot armor, Geyer holds the advantage due to superior durability, raw damage output, and the nature of her energy. Despite Static's high intelligence and creative ability manipulation. Here is an analysis of the battle based on their lore capabilities. Geyer from Warframe. Abilities: a master of artificial electricity and plasma. Her abilities like Arc Sphere, Coil Horizon, Rotoswell create high-density electrical fields, plasma, and massive electrical discharges. The damage and scale. Lord Gyra is a living thunderbolt, whose abilities can cause chain lightning that does heavy electricity damage. She operates as a glass cannon, focusing on high damage output, but is supported by void elemental metal that can survive immense damage. Survivability. Lore-accurate warframes are essentially immortal, being possessed by tunnel operators through transference. Even if the warframe is destroyed, the operator can transfer into a new one or continue fighting via oil energy. Gaia's electricity is often empowered by void energy, which is described as beyond godlike, and capable of bypassing traditional durability. Static Shock. DC Comics lore accurate. Abilities: controls electromagnetism, generation, absorption, and manipulation. He can generate roughly 20,000 volt blasts and manipulate magnetism to lift objects, creating force fields and fly. Speed and reaction. Possesses hypersonic reflexes, can stop dozens of bullets. His weakness. His powers are fueled by electricity, which can be shorted out by water. While he has incredible feats resisting anti-life equation, he is fundamentally a teenager who relies on improvisation. Durability. Typically sits at a building level, capable of surviving significant damage, but is vulnerable to damage that bypasses his shields. The fight analysis. Electricity absorption versus void energy. Static's primary defense is absorbing electrical attacks to fuel himself. However, Gaia's energy is not just natural electricity. It is a void-based plasma. If Static attempts to absorb too much raw void-infused electrical energy, it could overload him rather than strengthen him. Speed versus coverage. Static is faster in reaction speed, but Geyer does not need to aim directly at him. She controls the entire field, turning her surroundings into a living thunderstorm. Her electric field Rotoswell creates constant chaining, unavoidable damage. Durability. Static can create shields, but Gaia's ability to create multiple arc spheres in a Rotoswell field means she is attacking from all angles constantly. Without plot armor or gag armor, a direct strike from a red crit lore level electric field, as described in community lore, would likely overwhelm Static's shielding. Death battle scenario. While Static is smarter and more creative, Geyer is a manufactured death machine with no moral qualms. If Static stops, even for a moment, the void-enhanced electricity will destroy his nervous system. The winner? Geyer. From Warframe.
I wonder who would be good against Blue Beetle.
That's
He's another superhero.
That's
He's another superhero that uses an alien technology armor. It's an alien armor. Basically, it's basically like Warframe armor.
I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, and thank you guys for watching. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta show you my new candle. I don't know if you actually got to see it or not.
I'll look at it in the stream when we get down with the stream.
Alright, I'll just show it real quick. It looks a lot fancy. I know it's the coloring, it's just weird. Good deal. Pure silver. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, son of a bitch. I just realized you can't see it when I did that. Oh, I gotta pull it out again. Shut up. Shut up.
Pull it out.
I'm just okay. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, and thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, everybody.